Springtrap. Springtrap has been one of my favorite characters since the game released. He's been an ultimate cosplay dream of mine for years. So finally, last year, 2023, since the FNAF hype was reviving because the movie was announced to be released by the end of the year and new games were coming out, I thought it was the perfect time to tackle this dream cosplay build and just do it. First time ever making anything like this. I just kind of winged it. Not perfect, but I'm very happy with it and I'm sure one day I'm gonna remake it. 2023 and this cosplay build are both just very special to me. New York Comic Con 2023 was the first in real life competition I've done since 2018 after taking a bit of a break from cosplay and then also the panini that happened. It was an incredible experience to be on stage and cosplay again. I was the winner of the special effects category at the Crown Championship at New York Comic Con.
And the winner is Toxic Cat out of Springtrap!
I also got to be Springtrap at a local AMC theater. That was an incredible experience, surprising all the kids and just the overall FNAF fans. And that was the first time my husband got to see me in cosplay doing my thing in character, and it was just a very special experience. So thank you to everyone who made both of those happen. To anyone who followed the progress on my Instagram and my TikTok, thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, here is the video. I started off with this build by building a base for the head out of EVA foam. And with the EVA foam, I padded out with polyfoam or project foam, as Joanne's likes to call it. And the eyeballs are 3D printed. And they weren't 3D printed with holes, so I literally just melted holes into them so I could put the LED lights in. And then painting was the next step. I really wanted to paint the eyeballs and give them the gross little veins. And the quote-unquote contact lenses I used for the eyeballs, I made out of literally just a binder folder that was fairly transparent. The next step was to fur the entire thing. I just got yellow fleece from Joanne's, and I wanted to get yellow since Springtrap or Golden Bonnie, etc. was yellow originally, so I wanted to build off of that and just distress it so it made more sense for Springtrap. This is when Cheese Man was born. Within the head, I had a skull piece that I made out of Warbler, which attached to the upper half of the EVA foam structure of the head, and then the jaw piece was all made out of EVA foam with a chin piece that was made out of Warbler. The jaw piece and the main head piece were attached by the little metal wires that I got from Michael's. Then there was an upper skull piece that velcroed onto the main head piece, and you can remove the upper skull piece, which the ears were attached to, so I could remove the eyes and put in the eyes and change the lights in the eyes and the batteries if I needed to do that. Airbrushing. This is the first fully built thing I've made that I've had to really airbrush, so that was a learning experience for me. I layered on lots of browns and greens to get the very dirty, dingy, decayed effect, and of course I went in with some red also for the gore. I used both fabric paint and flexi paint for a lot of the hand painting, and I went in with a brush, and I also added some metal wires, and I also went in with black puffy paint. These were fun. I got off of Amazon these plastic flexible fingers. The mask I made out of foam clay, which I've never done before or really worked with much before, so it was fun to experiment with that. This was the point in the build where I'm like, okay, trust the process, because what even the heck is this? I was not close to giving up, but I was worried at this point, but I knew it would all come together. And of course, with the mask, I hand stitched it onto the balaclava, and the mask I painted with the flexi paint and added the little endo bits with wire. I bought the wire from Michael's. And then I just started adding the foam pieces to the hands, and I started to make the arm pieces, and then after this I started to make the leg pieces. I really loved the way that the hands came out at this point in the journey. And I know I always get comments about how the head is too big, and one day I'll probably remake the head, but it was larger before and I had to downsize it a couple of times, which I'm glad I did, honestly. The shoes I got off of Amazon. I didn't want to get stilts because stilts terrify me, and I wanted to get high platform heels to give me more height because I'm a very short girl, and Springtrap is not. And then when I got the heels, I built the boot around them, or his grippers, and I built that out of EVA foam as well. And this is where that was at that point. He's naked. And of course, then it was time to fur the body and add the detailing in the feet. And I spray painted it, then hand painted details. The furring took forever. Covering everything with the yellow fleece took a very long time, but honestly, airbrushing took even longer, so it was all a game of patience. But at this point, it was really exciting to see everything coming together. The organ bits were something that I was very excited about. The organ bits. I got really fluffy red yarn from Michael's, and I saw the yarn first before I bought anything else in the costume, and I just grabbed it because I knew I wanted to use it for the organs. And then on to the airbrushing. I added these little veins all over the costume to give an even more gross looking texture that I really wanted Springtrap to have. I used red hot glue to add more dimension to the organs and to give like a dripping blood effect throughout the entire costume. And of course, I went back in with craft foam to add more endoskeleton details and wires, and the bad boy was slowly coming together. And then I added like this fake mud effect that I made out of coffee grains, tea bags that I cut open, and glue and paint. And that's the finished bad boy. This took a total of 200 hours and 8 months to complete. And a lot of people are asking me how much it cost to make, and honestly, it was expensive, but not as expensive as some other cosplays I have made. So there's the spoopy boy. There he is. You like what you see? Please consider donating to my Ko-fi. All proceeds go to my cosplay work. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm most active on there, especially Instagram. Like and subscribe.